are all unbelievable, but in real life, the stories about the Anunnaki and Inky and Enlil and the Sumerians and Thoth and all of that is overwhelmingly more more
Sci-fi.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, sci-fi.
It
Sci-fi
is. The science fiction is science fact.
shit.
All of the stories has been being told to us, and the writers, the science fiction writers, who couldn't tell it as a news report, so they gave it to us as a story.
Right.
I want to go.
Science, science of the fiction.
Mm.
I want to go back to Black Chief Rock's comment in the chat. He says the mother of, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Zenson, but I was thinking the mother of Reascension, Chief Black Rock.
Mm. The mother of what?
Reascension.
Reascension.
Because we've lost that ability right now. It's time to get it. That's what this learning, that's what these builds and sessions are about. Opening up that eye, opening up and utilizing your whole body, all the contracts that are put together, your mind, body, and soul, spirit put together, so that you
Right.
have the ability to ascend.
Mm. Another thing too, Rod, earlier back when we was looking at this blue and red veins going up the spine, and you was explaining all of that. That's some deep ass shit because that's just at one level that shit like that is taking place. So as you would have rose up the spine, I can imagine the tills that you have for what's taking place in this um, structure. You remember when you talk about the red and blue veins about the sperm going
Yeah,
up?
because
Yeah,
one of them is creating the sperm from the left hemisphere of the brain, which is the father line. That's the blue line. And the other one is creating sperm cells with two X chromosomes from the right hemisphere for the mother line.
hmm
And we put it together on the four corner shuffle.
right. But that was just for that area of the back that was showing where the veins are. So as it goes up, isn't there like more things happening up that column?
Well,
Like
the column is like
the Bible.
it's like the passageway to get the cell from the brain to the part of the body that it need to be in, the testes.
Mm,
But in the brain is where all of the construction take place. Like the mother storing genetic material or memory from all of her past relations, right? And she can also go into your sperm cell, read the DNA, and determine if you're gonna produce birth defects when she in tune.
mm.
Her body will tell her.
Right. And all of this stuff is taking place inside these internal wirings or what we perceive to just be like veins and arteries.
These
Actually,
are well elaborately designed systems. The human
are they
body is
like bus lines for transporting data and
yeah,
like on a computer and shit?
right. So the sperm come down through like a long tube from the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now in that process while they coming through the tube, they still growing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They not done growing until they get into the testicles.
Okay.
Then the growing turns off until it's merged with an egg. Then it turns back on. Nuclear fusion becomes nuclear fission.
But it's not just merged with, I mean, the egg is not just merging with any sperm. Like The first one there?
She can, the egg will use chemistry and electromagnetism to attract the sperm cell that she's looking for.
Right. Right.
The egg communicating with the sperm cells
Okay.
based on how it's programmed. It's looking for the compatibility of the program that it was given. And that's why women that's aware can develop geniuses by thinking about producing a genius. The problem is we don't want to put in the work to learn how to educate a genius.
Right. Well, it might not be seem like you could start them on the right track with just a few powerful things being grasped, and then work the rest of them in. Like I'm gonna say again, when you was talking about the medulla oblongata,
Mm-hmm.
I would just think that that's like a stem cell, or at the back of your neck. I mean, at the top of your neck, just a area that's got the bundle of all the cells in the body being routed down the spinal column, or into the rest of the body.
No, that's not what the medulla is. The medulla is a balancing cylinder, right? That's why when you have vertigo, they check you for tumors in your medulla because it throws your balance off, right? Also, the medulla is a ball like a little bit smaller than your fist muscle bundle right under the actual brain, on top of the brain stem.
Okay, I thought I heard you say something earlier about that area, which is the medulla oblongata, having to do with again, like some special instruction somewhere. That's
No,
why
I was talking about.
okay.
I was talking about right under the medulla is the pons region of the brain. It's the brain stem.
Right.
That's right under the medulla.
Okay, I thought it was the medulla.
Mm-mm.
What I'm saying.
The medulla is right above that, and it has different function. Consciousness comes into the pons region at the reticular formation. This is represented in the matrix by the plug in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
That's the black dot.
Okay.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now
Okay.
we've
You said
actually
the mouth of God. Yeah.
yeah the mouth of God. Yeah. We've actually reached the 3 hour mark, and
Woo. Wow.
when you're breaking stuff down so much, it's not hard at all to just lose track of time or whatever, So I want to thank everybody. Let's take
Yeah.
the couple of minutes, just to
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be like this anyway.
right. We gonna resonate on that. We still have part 4 coming next Sunday as well. So that might, we're gonna try to wrap it up on that one, because there ain't no more Christmas after that. That's gonna be the actual day of, So, we're gonna attempt to wrap it up on that day. We're gonna break down the whole commercial aspect of it, just to give you guys a heads up. All right, because we talked about the candy canes. We're still gonna talk about the horse savior. We're gonna talk about the rosé. All right, we're gonna talk about the rose and the due, because what we're looking into is what's due to us, what we owe somebody, which is what's due. We're going to talk about the compass rose, the crossing, representing what happens when you don't pay what's due. We're going to talk about payment due, the Rosicrucian. Just to give you guys a quick idea, because it is going to get deep. We're going to talk about the month. We're going to talk about what's past due, the Adonai tails, If you don't pay, you're fucked, which is moisture. All right, and we're gonna tie this in all to commercial debt. This is what's gonna close it all out. We're gonna break it down with commercial debt. We're gonna talk about the bench, the banca, and why all debts sit at the banks of the river. All right, that's where all debts end up at. We're gonna talk about the capital name. We're gonna get into some of these papal bulls, specifically the three main ones that were used to capitalize on our enslavement, the live birth certificate,
Damn.
and the legal. We still got a whole lot that we're gonna go into. We're gonna definitely break it down. We're gonna
Yeah.
you know that that we could get everything together in the very last show next week. We appreciate y'all, so much for giving us the time, the day, and everything. Hopefully, we have
Can we
brother.
have, can we have like 5 more minutes?
Oh no,
Or
I'm gonna
everybody
close.
got to go?
I'm gonna close it out at 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we got about
Okay.
another 15 or whatever.
Right. 'Cause I want to ask Rod a few more questions, and maybe somebody from our chat want to ask him something too. I don't want to feel like I'm hogging him, but while we got you here, bro. Okay, so do you have any teachings or any schools, or you have a website or online store? We can,
Right now, I just give out free information on Instagram and YouTube wherever I'm invited.
really?
Yep.
Okay, is there like a criteria for you accepting the show, or what's the deal?
If I ain't got nothing to do and somebody say I need you this day, if it ain't too far in advance,
Okay.
um,
How would one contact you?
Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Instagram Messenger is the SikApe, and Facebook Messenger is Rod Hayes.
Okay. Cool. We may be friends on Facebook already. I think we are. But,
Yeah, you already friends with him on Facebook, sis.
yeah,
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 yeah.
that's interesting stuff because a lot of that Nephilim, Anunnaki, Nibiru stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to get on board, but it's really no harder than the rest of the tales or stories that we hear, right? So it's like,
They weave into the stories that we already hear.
but would you call those true stories?
Well, whether they true or not, almost all the stories we know trace back to those documents,
What documents?
the Sumerian tablets.
Okay, and
All our religious dogmas that come from Rome is in some form piecing together a control tool using the Babylonian systems of conjure.
what about the Emerald tablets?
The Emerald tablets is from Tahuti. They from over here. They
Okay,
predate all that shit.
I'm saying you believe those to be true documents.
Yeah.
You believe that Tahuti wrote those documents?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that Tahuti is coming back? Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I think you already here.
okay, so if Tahuti could, um, if Tahuti can be real, then wouldn't there be others sent like him,
Yeah.
or that know what he know and can do the same things that he
Nope. They
do?
can't do the same thing he can do.
They can't be trice They can't come back and full knowing.
The only way Tahuti can come back, it gotta be so fucked up that none of the rest of the masters can fix it. Then they gotta conjure him up. And then I'll show up.
Wow. Because it's kind of hard to stop being a Christian and then to get another religion.
You ain't supposed to be in religion. Religion is poison.
Okay, you're right. Exactly, exactly. Or well, I'm speaking in terms of belief systems then. So maybe I shouldn't have said religion.
Right. You only gonna believe until you figure it out. Cause once you know, you ain't gonna believe no more.
That's
You
right.
gonna know it.
True that.
We was in the Piscean age of belief. Our head was underwater. We couldn't see clear.
Right.
Now our head is above water, coming into the Aquarian age. We can breathe the air.
Mhm.
Right. So now we can see stuff for what it really is versus what they told us it was, and then we gonna tell everybody else what we see.
That's right. Do you think the information that's coming down is equally dispersed between matriarch and the rest of population? Like,
Big
is
Mama assigned Big Mama assigned me the task of finding everything they use to take from the women to restrict their powers, and then give it back.
okay? Did you find it?
I'm giving it back in real time. Every talk I have is geared toward informing the women how to recover their power.
That's what's up. I'm not lying. And this is why I'm I don't want to say fascinated with you, but this is why I'm fascinated with you. It's because it's like when you're learning something and you just can't let go. Like I gotta hear, I gotta. It don't even matter what the title is really. When you've got this kind of power to draw to, and it's real. I mean, it's real. That's why you like blowing the fuck up. It's like, why couldn't we get this kind of stuff, back in the '60s and '70s, and we had to wait for the internet or this thing, but why couldn't we get that quantum entanglement going on with this kind of information, um, way back when, or always really, because we're always performing as the matriarch, no matter how battered we are or how degraded we get, we still have that presence of using those duties, those old archaic duties of the matriarch. I don't think ever really leaves a woman.
And that's how we spot them. I have to talk to matriarchs because they got to give me grievances to go around and find solutions to world problems, real life problems. The biggest grievance I got from mothers is babies dying in the street. That was the biggest grievance I got.
Okay.
So what I got to do is find out, why is the babies dying in the street? What happened? Who done it? Where did they come from? Why did they do it? What's their agenda? Right? And then in real time, how did they apply their strategy in order for our children to be killing each other like they are? So I went and found the answer. They used the doctrine of COINTELPRO as the cover story to take the leaders off the land. Once the leaders was taken off the land, they sent the imposters in to turn the children against each other, using the symbols as badges of honor in order to influence them to kill their cousins and their brothers from a different tribe. And the government was behind it the whole time. And the government was behind it because they was a fraud from the beginning. And as long as they can keep us fighting each other, we can't see the fraud because we too busy fighting each other to know why we frustrated with each other. But we discover we frustrated with each other because nobody know the invisible man smacking upside the head is this nigga called himself the white man behind the scenes telling people how to put obstacles in our path using the sciences of sociology and spiritual sciences of alchemy. But bloodletting rituals in the form of slaughterhouses, and it began with the mass slaughter of the bison to send the great bloodletting ritual energy over the land. They say if we kill all the bisons, we kill all the natives. They damn near killed all the bisons and they ain't never got close to killing all of us. So they replaced our natural food stock of bison with bovine beef, man-made hybrid animal. And the meat is saturated fat, which clogs the brain and gives our elders dementia and Alzheimer's. Whereas the bison that we used to eat, though it was only ceremonial, it was polyunsaturated fat that facilitates the firing of the brain cells by lubricating the neurons. So that's why they wanted to get rid of the bison. So all of these things ties to the way that the foodstuffs affects the psychology of the people. The political arena is used to steer the narrative, and the spiritual doctrines of religion is used to undermine the spiritual power that's innate in the woman. I don't care what preacher it is, the church mother run that bitch. I don't care what preacher it is. The church mother is the mother, she's the power source. That everyone